Welcome one and all to an absolutely barnstorming European Cup final. Wales, the side that was recently formed over the season by Jordan Lewis, gets to take on Ollie Parcher of a Mediterranean outfit that split away from Europe and has suddenly become one of the teams to beat. These teams make their way out. Of course, Wales has only suffered a single loss this entire tour. Back to Australia. Mediterranean in their opening match did beat Australia. Sonny Tyre said that it was because of the changes that they had to make. Could a Welsh side have beaten that Australian list? Only time will tell. See which of these two sides will get to host the championship. Of course, both of them have qualified for Pool C in the World Cup, and both of them have remained undefeated against their European brethren. Archer and Lewis make their way out onto the field. We'll get ourselves set for the national anthems.
Please rise for our national anthem.
Open up the safe, bitches got a lot to say.
There is a wealth of experience in each of these sides. Archer captaining Bradley Murray and Jordan Lewis captaining Wally Allen, Ruben Mobbs. Clint as well as Liam Ryan at fullback, possibly the player of the championship. 6 captains make their way onto this team as we get ourselves underway here with TBK firing off to Ollie Parcher for the first hit up of the game, and he will plow his way forward. He'll be tackled about 18 out from his own line. TBK gets a little run through, doesn't want to take the hit up though, gives it off to Murray. He'll play it there for Rossini. Now TBK will again go to first receiver. Down he goes, forced back in that tackle. Solid defense early on here from Wales. Not what we've really expected from these sides, but maybe Ryan can get his way through. Not quite that time. Tries to get a bit of post-contact meters, but chopped down at the legs. Rossini will give to Bakers. Bakers will take the run himself, and he ends up coughing it up. Bolt with a nice step through on Rashford. Takes advantage of the error, and now a great early pressure set here from Wales. Lewis now out for Bennett. Bennett will be forcing his way through just past the arrow of the 30, and he's going to be held down as well. Held before the early momentum from Mediterranean errors. Been a bit of point of contention. The ill discipline has come back to bite them, but the thing that's made them so solid is that defense. Of course, only conceding 6 points or 12 points, I believe, outside of that Australia match. Thompson will fire one out to Allen. Allen's forced back there by Murray. Allen will play it about 13 shy of a line. Tedesco swings it out for Thompson. He'll give off to Flynn. Flynn engages the defense before Berkeley comes in, and TBK and Seymour both combine in their pink headgears to make the tackle. Tedesco will spread it back to the center of the park. Flynn! And Flynn just barely forced back there by Ryan and Murray. Two men experienced in leadership doing well there. Garcia now out for Michael Cribb! And Cribb with a great inside run off the shoulder of Slugger. Converts there for Wales. And 3.5 minutes gone. Wales strike. And just Slugger, I think, he just expected a little bit of extra help, and everyone just had to engage that right side raid. And a huge 4 points early on here. All the momentum with the Dragons. Luke Thompson here to make a tough kick. It's 20 out from his own line, or 20 out from the try line. Gonna have to really bend this one in. It's coming back, and it's come back beautifully. Well struck there, and in a game that Wales, they've had their, I don't know how exactly would say it, their scoreline really decided by that kicking game. And Luke Thompson keeps himself true so far. TBK will line up to make his first kickoff. 4 minutes gone, already an early lead, and a big one for them. 6 points can be so crucial. Just getting yourself rolling early on. Of course, we saw them roll against Ireland. And they nearly ended up coming away with a win. Only a 4-point loss to Australia. Welsh side incredibly dangerous. I believe Luke Thompson has not missed a kick thus far. Double checking through my notes here. I believe he's now 18 of 18 as here goes Lewis right up the gut. He ended up getting about to halfway before he's brought down by Ryan. Rossini bearing coverage. Not sure about what they want to do with the markers. Punch barges his way past. Now lead through though, and it's giving an offload away for Lewis. He's wrapped up there by Parcher. Berkeley now, it's a little run himself, but he's stopped there by Verman and Murray. TBK the second marker. Played there for Tedesco. I'll have to give it off to Punch here, and Punch will just take the run himself. I don't think they had a decent kicking option available to them. I think they'll just be content with the handover for now. Rather not engage Rashford and Slugger, who are powerful kick returners. Here's Slugger again. Trying to get himself involved on play one, but not getting very much out of it. Here's TBK. Ooh, an awkward ball there for Downey. Eventually they get it to Verman, but he's forced back well by Cody Ogg, who has been strong in that second rower position. Seymour now out for Parcher. Parcher with a little bit of a gap, and he gets through. He flicks an offload out for Rossini. Rossini will try and get a little bit more forward, but he can't quite do that. Ryan into acting half. He'll flick one out for Baker. The inside ball there for Murray. Murray's going to push his way forward, but he might be able to string something here on play number 4. Here's Bakers now. Swings it out for Young. Young's going to be forced back, though, and I think that just might hold them out from pushing anything too aggressive here. Rashford into acting half. He'll fire for Rossini. Rossini, a high crossfield kick, but not a big kick return. Here goes or big kick chase, rather. Crip tried to get through there, but he was well wrapped up there by Verman. Here's Punch now. He's going to be forced back here by Murray with the assistance of Rossini. Punch will play it there on the second. One up ball here for Bennett. He forces his way past Downey, but Murray does well covering from Marker to make another tackle. Let's go now for Lewis. Lewis through a gap, and Lewis now with a great amount of space. Ryan is eventually able to make the tackle of a fullback out of position. Can they force another breakthrough here with Bennett? No, not this time. He just met there by Rossini. He's brought down there on the last. He's going to have to kick here, likely towards Slugger. No, Berkeley ends up taking a run on here. But Wales just don't seem like they want to kick. They just want to keep running at the Mediterranean for 6 tackles, and not getting much out of that, but they have points thus far, so don't really complain. There goes Verman as he nearly fumbled that one away. Just able to corral it. Decoy ball there for Parcher. TBK with a ball for Bakers. Bakers nearly through the line. I think they will credit him with the line break on that one as he gets into Wales territory. Here's Downey one up and through the middle, right at Riley Flynn, forcing his way up against him. Former teammates as well. He will play about 25 out from the line, and the first real attacking pressure here from Medi. Here goes Bobby Verman. He charges at Ogg. Berkeley alongside there, just able to make the stop. Short side right here, Parcher now for Slugger. Slugger a nice inside step. It is about 5 shy. TBK will be out. I'm not sure if that's why they won in position. They're going to look to Murray as a result. Murray will just put up the high ball. Brand's putting himself right underneath it, but Morrison flies up from behind him and takes an excellent grab. That definitely saved 6 points there. A huge play from Morrison. Saves them, of course, another former captain. Former leader of the Panthers of Berkeley goes out for Thompson, and he will be the man to run it up on tackle 1. Be brought down by a trio of Mediterranean defenders. Here's Morrison. They reward him for the play, but he gets forced back there by Rashford and Young. Bold into acting half. He'll fire for Tedesco, and now Bennett. Bennett gets a lot of space up the middle, though. He's going to run right into Ryan. Of course, former mates on the Rabbitohs. No love lost between those two on this occasion, though. Here's Allen. Allen going to be dragged down by Downey, but Wales are in the red zone and looking to create a huge 2-score lead. Tedesco for Bennett. Bennett met by Rossini. Rossini, no help there from Murray. And Bennett will just get about to the 10. Tedesco will fire it back. Oh, a miscommunication, though. It's dropped by Punch. It went backwards off of him, but it's yet another handover from Wales. And it will put Mediterranean on the back foot here off of this set. But here's Slugger on the infield run. Didn't get very far that time, though. Defended again there by Ogg. Here's Baker swinging one out for Murray. Murray just going to try and get the arms clear, but can't quite get anything out of that one. Here's Rossini. Looking for Parcher. Parcher will just drive his way forward, trying to lead the head of the attack. Here's Baker's now out for Hopsgood. Hop's good with a nice driving run there, past the 40. Do they look for a kicking option? Where are they set up? It is going to be Bakers. Bakers looked like he was inside the 40 there. Does the kick have the line? It looks like it does. It will be, and it was inside. A huge 40-20 for Bakers, and a big shift in momentum here for Wales against a run of play. The Mediterranean are now going to have to force a drag. It's put up a goal line stand. Here's Rossini, gives an effort Parcher, the hip ball, TBK though gets through, and TBK goes over. A huge try for the 5'8". We've seen those plays result in going the other way, but this time it's TBK that pounces on the loose ball. He gets his first try for the Mediterranean. Just what they needed off of that 40-20 from Bakers. It was a hard hit on Vernon, and he went down heavily, but it meant the ball spilled right into the hands of Trayvon Sakahu. His kick now will be a massive opportunity. Put some points up. About the hash mark. Should be a relatively simple kick, and it is. It will tie this game at 6 apiece. Here goes Thompson once more. Try and lock themselves into yet another clash. They meet there with Downey. They'll play it on the 20. Bakers as first receiver. He'll just flick it off the Parcher to take the hit up. Get very far on that occasion. Senior will look for Bakers, and now for Ryan. Ryan ever so dangerous. Try to put a step on, but just has his body wrapped around. Doesn't get much out of that as a result. Bakers, late ball there for Parcher. A little bit set up towards that kicking option. Where is Bakers? Where is TBK? What do they look for here? TBK also said fire across here for Murray. And I think that got touched. It did get touched. A huge play there. Wales' hand on it. And as a result, they get a repeat set. Good now for Young. They're just going to raid down that right side with essentially a 10-tackle set here. This is very dangerous here for Wales. They can't continue to rest on their laurels. Here's Rossini, who I think was the last person to be expecting to receive it there. Being tackled just outside the Welsh 20. Here's Ryan now for Bakers, for Downey, and Downey brought down right at the 20-meter line. Options on where to swing it. Here's TBK. TBK for Vernon. Vernon brought down there by a pair of defenders. Well, TBK now, late ball there for Hobsgood. Hobsgood, the ball spills loose. It ends up with Lewis. Is it a repeat set? Is it no advantage? They say backwards, I think. Yes, this is a goal line dropout. Wow, the referees here, I'm not certain, must have been knocked out there. That's the only reason I can see that not being called for a knock on, but either way, goal line dropout given here. And it's going to be yet another time where the Mediterranean are forced to defend. Here goes Logan Seymour down the flank. A great run here from the center. They're up in the red zone again on tackle 2. TBK now, he's just going to take the charge himself. I just look to these forwards here for these last couple. It's Parcher in at first receiver, but we go to the left side here with Seymour. And now Vernon. Vernon with a great run here. He'll get it just about down to the 10. Late for Seymour, short ball slugger. Now for Parcher. Parcher's going to try and force his way through, but he's just held up, and elects to take the tackle rather than charging forward for potential held up. TBK couldn't get the kick away, and is immediately pressured down there. And a huge get there for Wales. They end up holding them off. What is essentially 15 tackles they had to defend. And another penalty here. And that's going to result in a talking to here towards Parcher. This could be a sin bin. If they get another held in tackle. Only 20.5 minutes gone. That is a lot of time to potentially have a sin bin go against you in a crucial cup final. Here's Thompson, looked over for Allen. Allen met there by Murray. Brought down there, but a great chance for Wales here as they almost get started in enemy territory. It's Flynn on tackle 2, who beats Young, brought down by Bakers. Bolt plays for Thompson. Slow play getting back to marker there. Lewis up the middle, brought down here by Murray and Rossini. Expect them to work in tandem well. Teammates on the Tigers. Tedesco now out for Berkeley. Berkeley met heavily there by Aaron Leonidas and eventually brings him down. But a lot of meters gained on that occasion. Here's Lewis once more. Lewis there met by Verman. Oh, sorry, it's not Verman, excuse me, that is Murray. I'm getting those guys confused. Tedesco now for Thompson. Thompson the grubber. Well scooped there by Young. They try and funnel him towards the sideline. Now going again in there, though. He's able to just bring himself to ground before anything extraneous happens. Here goes Hopsgood up the middle and gets him well out of danger. He's right up to the 30 here on tackle 2. Leave now for Leonidas. Leonidas through a gap. Here goes Aaron Leonidas. Look at the big fella run. He nearly gets up to the Welsh 30 after they almost have him at their own 30. Here's Rossini now. Good inside ball. Here goes Ryan. Ryan another offload. Gets it to Murray. Murray breaks a tackle, but then is re-tackled again. Huge pressure here for the Mediterranean. The crowd is thundering here for them. They've nearly got coast to coast here with Verman. He's a couple shy as Ogg brings him down eventually. Rossini back for TBK. TBK a grubber for himself. Can he get to the line himself? I think he got upturned, and I think he's over the line as well. He was not, but we'll give him a little bit of extra space here. Allen now immediately off of that, gets right through the line. Mediterranean could have really forced him back here, but instead, it ends up being, Oliver nearly spilled that one. I think it just came off the shoulder though, so not ruled a knock on. Now played about 17 shy. Now Thompson will take a run, just trying to settle things down, I think, here. Flynn, a nice little run through here. Flicked off for Oliver. He's eventually brought down there by TBK, and Ryan remains in position to handle any extraneous line breaks. Here it goes with Allen now. Allen met there by Ryan, just outside the 20. What option do they look for here? They've got options either side, wherever they want to go. They'll go to the right side with Thompson. Thompson the grubber kick. It's off of Leonidas. It's taken by Oliver. Offload for Tedesco. It's going to be yet another handover. For that one, they actually did find a kicking option that time around, and it nearly paid off for them. I remember play the ball. Here's Verman to take this one up. He gets about 10 meters before he's brought down. Leonidas now for Cherney. First time we really get to see him in action. Out to Verman again. They look to him once more. They're just working in tandem here. Do they look at Cherney on play 4? The TBK, no, he goes to Murray, and Murray gets a flick out there for Rossini. Rossini going to be met here, and tunneling his way forward. Halves either side for another potential 40-20 attempt, but I go to Verman instead. Just elect to play simple. Just get it to Verman, trying to wear down Cody Ogg. Going to be for Rossini, now TBK. TBK, a little chip kick in. It's fielded there by Cribb. Cribb met there by Seymour, and TBK does well to defend his own kick. Don't allow them anything there. They're just content with that. They don't want Crimp or Morrison potentially breaking loose. Here's Lewis. Lewis a long ball out for Flynn. Gets a nice gap in between the defense. Offload there for Lewis. Lewis an offload again for Tedesco. He's eventually going to be brought down there by Leonidas, but the Mediterranean defense here is scrambling. Out for Allen. Allen nearly had an opportunity, but he's just brought down there by Good. A little bit of assistance. Tedesco now for Caleb Jeff. Jeff goes right through everyone. They completely fell asleep again, and Caleb Jeff, the bench prop, capitalizes and gives Wales the lead. It didn't even look like that. Oh, I think I know what happened. There's a Thompson obstruction run there that they haven't called. But either way, they had 3 other defenders that could have made it. Perhaps they would have used 4th defensive decision, but nothing's going to be reviewed. Now Thompson here to try and keep it a perfect 19 from 19. It's an odd way to try and swing it for the left footer. And he's done well. He's put the reverse on that. Makes that one 12 points to 6. Well, that huge try for Caleb Jeff might just swing things the other way. Now with 11 minutes left in this half, how does the Mediterranean look to challenge? TBK will send this one Out to Luke Thompson. Thompson a little bit of a brief run before giving it off to the try scorer Caleb Jeff. He's met there by Cherney. A little bit of help there from Good to bring him down. Get past the 20 early on. Here's Thompson. A little floater ball there for Og. Og is brought down there by Murray. Distinct there in that orange headgear. Here's Allen. Allen breaks through a tackle, makes Murray miss as well. Ryan has to come up to make a hefty hit. And Allen still gets a great bit of post-contact meters after it as well. Flicked out there for Thompson. Who do they try and spring? They try and spring Flynn, but it ends up being TBK that makes a stop alongside Seymour. And working well together again. Here's Berkeley now. Inside ball for Og. Og breaks through again. Ball is on the ground. Picked up there by Oliver. Another attacking set here for Wales. What do they try and do? Oh, it's a held-in tackle, and this is going to be Bobby Vernon going for 10. And he's got to be gone for the rest of this half. Wales electing for the smart play here will just take 8 points instead. And that is a huge loss for them. That's their number 11. Their big runner. An opportunity here for Thompson to put them up 2 scores. Seeing how crucial those leads have been. And he's got that one on line again. 20 of 20 for Luke Thompson. It means that they're going to have to kick off again, but I'm sure that there's got to be some kind of silver lining. Perhaps it's just the precious seconds they could waste here off of this restart. That's all they really ask for, but Cody Oak has a real chance to be sprung if they decide to attack that right edge. Through that right edge, rather. This is the left side of the Mediterranean defense, and TBK will just send one right up the middle here for Riley Flynn, and Flynn will give it off to Jeff again. They elect to attack the left side, which is what you'd expect from them, but that's what they elect to do. Now they'll spread it right through Thompson. Now an inside ball here for Og, but he gets attacking the center of the park. He's not attacking that hole where Bobby Vernon is. Og will play it there for Tedesco, and now for Allen. Allen going to be brought down here. A pair of defenders. Not really much being gained here from this advantage set, essentially. Oliver now for Tedesco. Tedesco will be brought down here on play 4 right on halfway. I've seen better sets from Wales thus far, and an absolute comedy of errors, and as a result, they give one up. Murray now for Rossini. He'll spread it out for Hopsgood, who looks to be playing on that left edge. And kind of Liu of Wormer being off the pitch. Here's Cherney now. Cherney an offload there for Rossini. Probably could have just held on to it himself here, but gets about as much lateral ground as a result. Brian into acting half. He'll fire it out for Leonidas. Leonidas going to be dragged down. Just past the 30 though, so an opportunity for the Mediterranean to potentially score of 12. Here's Hopsgood now for Bakers. Bakers for Cherney. Cherney going to be brought down here a few meters past the 30. Not much being gained out of this set. They'll look for a short side right here from Miko Rashford, and Rashford with a good bit of work here. It's about 13 shy before he's brought down. Who do we look for in the kicking game? We've got Ryan behind. We've got Murray. They'll look for Murray. And we'll go to Bakers. Bakers puts up a high ball. Who's going to be chasing it down? No one apparently. Flynn is onto it, but they'll get a repeat set. That is a huge one for them because it means they don't have to defend with 12 again. Does Thompson elect for a short drop out here towards that right side? No, we're just going to elect to send one deep. A couple of people waiting underneath it, and it's Dom Young that ends up taking it. He'll give one off for Cherney. Cherney will borrow his way forward. About 35 shy to start this repeat set. Murray now for TBK. TBK nearly breaks through again. So that time is going to be held down. Nothing given in terms of a penalty though. It's only with the 3 penalties to holding down against the Mediterranean. It resulted in them playing currently with 12 men. Here's Liam Ryan. Brought down about 16 shy. Low play the ball there for Rossini. Now Cherney flicked one out for Leonidas. Leonidas going to charge his way forward. It is a trio of defenders to bring him down. Now where do they look? A look right side here. Short ball there for Bakers. Bakers will be brought down on play 5, and it takes him out of the play. TBK gets itself to second receiver on the left by the looks of things. A look to Murray instead though. Murray might try and crash over himself. I think he's going to be upturned though, and he has been. They try the crash play. It doesn't work out. And again, Mediterranean are just short. Here goes Allen. Allen will be brought down here by Young and Bakers. About 3 minutes remaining on that sin bin. Lewis gets some engagement and then gets himself free. Ryan there to make the tackle. Only about 2 minutes 40 left, and about that long of the bin as well. They will be starting from about 50 seconds, and they will be the ones defending. That's a big level of concern here. Berkeley, inside ball there for Flynn. Flynn, a nice move. Leonidas, however, gets the arms around him and brings him down. Then we'll play it now for Tedesco. Tedesco will just go one up for Berkeley. No, he gives one off for Garcia. Garcia met there. Eventually brought down by Rossini, but an opportunity here. Fresh legs on as well. Bit of a rest given for them. Berkeley a high ball. Who's underneath it? Rashford decides to go up for it himself. He will grab it and is just going to be brought down. Can't do any kind of great escape out of that one. Rossini flicks across for Seymour. Seymour a nice step, and they might just have enough here to hold on. You just want to waste out the rest of this half. Even though you're down 8, you might as well just try and take some damage limitation out of this one. Hops good plays for Rossini. Rossini for Bakers. Bakers father now for Ryan. Ryan now for Rashford. Rashford down the flank. Has a little bit of an opportunity to break free here, but doesn't have enough room, but does earn himself a penalty of his own. Just a little bit of a reprieve here. I think they'll just have to take what they can get out of this one. 15 seconds left as the ball goes out of play. That's how much is... I'll just go quick here. Downey for Murray. Murray, I don't think he's going to have time to get another play the ball with how many defenders are involved in that tackle, and they will not. Wales will go into the break, leading 14 points to 6. Well, here we go. 52 seconds of Bobby Verman being off the field here for this second half. Wales have been the strongest side throughout this. It's been really through that forward pack. Wally Allen, Jesse Bennett, Jordan Lewis, all having strong showing whenever they can, but for Mediterranean it's been the ill-discipline. They've had 8 infringements, 5 errors and 3 penalties, which also resulted in that Bobby Verman sin bin, and nearly took half that time away on the kickoff. It's Thompson now out for Og. Og will be brought down here by Michael McLucky. As there's a sin bin complete for Verman. It's great to see he is rushing onto the field now. Getting himself quickly into position. He of course had to do that from the other side of the park, so a little bit difficult there. There's Mobbs though with the little back forward there for himself. Ends up taking it through. Of course that's now Chris Lord. There to defeat Ireland. How will they end up doing here with this one? Flynn's bringing it out for Berkeley. Berkeley eventually going to be brought down here. That is by Verman. He's coming in here. That ball off of Mobbs though, and Mobbs now, they fell asleep on him again. He gets it offload away, it's for Berkeley. Berkeley can't get a kick away though. His brought down, and it's, I think, just another handover here from Wales. Here's TBK. He'll get off to Slugger. Slugger immediately down the sideline. He's way too close there. No, he's fighting his way through. And he stays in the field of play and gets them plenty of meters to get them back out. Here's McLucky in first receiver. He gives off to Murray here. He's brought down just shy of halfway. TBK comes off a man and comes back to himself. Somehow that's not a knock on. The referee seems to be in the Mediterranean's pocket. Well, I think that's how the thing goes. They seem to be in the Mediterranean's pocket. Either way, they go to Ryan. We'll play it right on the 40. Akers now out for TBK. He ends up taking a run himself. Not who you'd want to use there though. Murray on the left side, Ryan on the right. They'll go to McLucky here for the kick. He'll kick down towards Morrison. Morrison met there by Young and Rashford, and he'll fight his way forward, trying to make sure he stays away from that sideline. Not so well. Here's Allen. He's met there by Downey. Ellis Bakers. Thompson now for O'Hare. He gets his first touch. Is brought down here by a trio. Involvement there from McLucky and Downey. Tedesco, short ball here for Thompson. Now for Mobbs. Mobbs met there by Rossini and McLucky. He's brought down right on halfway. Played now for Allen. Allen will be brought down here by Good. He'll be tackled right on the 40. Slugger and Rashford go into retreat here to try and get themselves into position for a kick return. Slugger will field this one. Slugger with a decent amount of space, but he can't get by that tackle. All defended there by Jaden Garcia. Here's TBK now out for McLucky. McLucky tries to force his way past, I believe that's O'Hare. I can't do so. Here's Rossini now for TBK. TBK now for Herben. Herben nearly crashes through. He'll be just brought down shy of a 40. Slugger now inside for Verman. Now for Murray. Murray didn't get many meters out of that. Does it open up the 40-20 attempt? They're not set up for it. And they won't go for that. It says TBK for Bakers. The Bakers dashing through here, but great tackle by Riley Flynn. I think we'll just force a punt here from McLucky. He seems to run poised for the kick. No, instead they look for Dom Young. Dom Young puts in a ball. He gets it just about right on the distance. And he ends up being beaten on his own kick chase, but is brought down there by Bakers. Definitely a bit of confusion on who was meant to take that one. But Riley Flynn just took one there from Downey. Let's go now for Allen. Out for Morrison. Morrison brought down here by Young. Tackled there about 15 shy of halfway. Ball to short ball there for Flynn. Flynn going to be wrapped up here. Well wrapped up as well by Downey. Tedesco, short ball for Thompson. Inside ball Lewis. He breaks through one tackle. Young comes into coverage. Ryan did so as well. I'm not sure if that's who they wanted to do it. He will have an opportunity to retreat, but it won't be very quick. Could be Thompson, and Thompson just lets of a short wing. Even though Slugger had a lot more room to try and cover. Here goes Rashford though. Rashford nearly through, but a great ankle tap by Flynn bringing him down. Past the 40. And now in enemy territory with Liam and Ryan on play number 2. Cassini for Bakers. Bakers now for Young. Young very close to the sideline. Morris just elects to force him back towards it. Rashford into acting half. McLucky now for Downey. Downey nearly breaks through again, and he's tackled right on the 30. Played for Rossini, now Murray. Murray barges through one tackle. Tackle just in the red zone. Opportunity here for Mediterranean with whatever kicking option they please. It's going to be TBK to take it. He'll look for the high ball. Ryan McLucky and some people in pursuit. Here goes Flynn, though. Flynn ankle tapped in response by Ryan. An eye for an eye there. And nearly was the exact same thing, but here goes Lewis now again. Great meterage being shown here. This game starting to open up a fair bit for them. Tedesco a little scramble before it passed to Mobbs. Mobbs tackle just shy of halfway here. Mediterranean need to lock down here to have any real hope because they do not want to go down 14, but they let Berkeley through. They get an offload to Og. Og forced down there by TBK. Now Tedesco, a flat ball for Berkeley, spread wide for Thompson. I mean that Berkeley has to call himself into action for this kick. Tedesco, no, they'll go to Bolt. Bolt will put up the high ball towards Rashford, who's right underneath it. Well taken though by Morrison, but a great scrambling tackle there by Bakers, and it's yet another handover. I apologize if you had a drinking game that contained handovers by Wales, because if you do that, I think your liver is gone. Either way, here's McLucky now through the middle. Got plenty of space. He takes on Flynn and gets right up to the 30 before he's brought down. There he goes with Murray again. Murray just shy of a 40 now. Just opening up a little bit of space for them. Berman nearly through himself. Just can't get past the tackle of Og. Again, very solid from the second rower so far. Murray on the outside. We'll go to Slugger, but Slugger forced towards that sideline, eventually brought down. We'll go to Rossini here for the kick, but McLucky was in retreat and it hits him right in the head. Offside given away. A shocking penalty. And it seems like the Mediterranean is just being drained right now. Right on the 30 is how this set starts, but Murray sets the tone there with a big hit against Aaron O'Hare. Og now for Garcia. Garcia forced back by TBK in tandem with Herban. Very slow play the ball. No one could grab onto it though. Nice ball behind there for Berkeley. Berkeley yet now into the red zone. Let's go now for Mobbs. Mobbs an offload there for Lewis. Lewis will charge his way forward here against Downey. Right on play number 4, a scramble, and they'll eventually get to him. Tedesco will be held up. He's short of a line. Thompson, he tries to go himself again. And well, you know what it is. That means that they have to start from all the way back in their own territory once more. I think that's what Wales have just tried to do. They've tried to make sure that they get nothing free out of their kick return game. It's been so dangerous. Nothing that they launch. Here goes Verman. Verman right through. He's brought down to the 40. Flynn involved, but he goes to second marker. Gives him enough time to retreat. TBK now for Herbert. Here goes Sam Herbert though. Herbert looked to flick a pass off to Slugger but couldn't get it away before he was bit by Riley Flynn. Slugger, short ball, TBK, got it away for Downey. Downey trying to get to the inside. He makes Flynn miss, but Downey's over, right under the sticks, and a huge try there for the Mediterranean. What a fantastic play, to come off of Sam Herbert. The spark plug in this one. Just gets it away for Downey, and he makes Riley Flynn completely miss his tackle. Garcia does his best to try and chase him down, but it's Matt Downey under the post. TBK with a huge chance to make this just a penalty goals difference. Has no trouble with that one. And with 56 and a half minutes gone, it is Wales 14, the Mediterranean 12. Still all to play for in this one. Thompson to resume play. This one up the middle here. And will be taken in by Ryan, and Ryan will get a great hit off of Downey, but Downey eats a shot from his trouble. I believe that was from Mobbs. Wide ID and from all the way up here in the commentary box. Either way, here goes Murray. And for Rossini, Rossini for Bakers. Now Bakers for Hopsgood. Hopsgood will just get past the 30 before his brought to ground. Here goes McLucky up the middle. This might be another setup for a 40-20 attempt. Other wingers setting themselves. Where's TBK? And Baker's setting himself. Baker's will look for the 40-20. It looks to have a pretty decent line. It might be his second. Flynn couldn't stop it. He tried his best. Just try to chase that one down. But, I mean, he just had to probably send a long backwards pass. He probably didn't want to risk it. But I don't think he realized just how close of a sideline he was. Just looking for that ball. Yeah, as much as he tried to claim it, get himself turned around quickly. Too much momentum. Spirals himself in a touch. And now the Mediterranean with a chance to take the lead just 12 meters out. McLucky on the first run here. He's about 6 shy. Rossini now for Bakers. Bakers, ball's loose. Here's Ryan. Ryan met right at the belt though. And his brought down. Then he will go to McLucky. McLucky for Bakers. They try and combine in tandem, but nothing doing on that occasion. Rossini will just look to the infield. Good looping ball. McLucky. Can he force his way over? He might just have a chance to crash. No, he does. It's a great bit of work there. I'm not sure who it was. They were obstructed by the post from my viewpoint. It was Mobbs that turned him around. There was someone else around the legs, but ended up making sure that try wouldn't be possible. Play 4 here. Rossini now. TBK. Swung across. Slugger looks for Ryan. Ryan's going to try and crash again. He's just a meter shy. I think he's too close to Rossini to throw in a decent ball. He looks for TBK. TBK, there's too many around him. He's not going to get it down. And right at 59-55, Wales hold on. And that might have just been the Mediterranean's best opportunity. Wales look to make some immediate changes as a result of that. Let's go now for Thompson, now for Allen. Allen met there by Bakers and Young, and a little bit of help there from Good as well. Bolt, little floating ball. Goes for Thompson now for Flynn. Flynn going to be brought down in the middle of the park here by Rossini. Let's go now for O'Hare. O'Hare met there by Allen. Allen met by a trio, and he'll be brought down here. Not much got out of that set there for Wales. A flick long back for Thompson. Thompson to kick down the line, looking for Rashford. He ends up getting it, but he was on retreat there as a result, and Bolt ends up being beaten. But it's a good force back here by Thompson. Quick substitutions on here. Rossini, Parcher, I think, just knocked that one backwards there. McLucky there on the scoop. Ends up just not coughing it up on that occasion at the very least. That's some consolation, if anything, but they did give up another critical error. TBK now swings it out for Ryan. Ryan a step. Ryan going to try and get down the sideline. He doesn't have a room for it. That ends up bringing him down, but he's going to have to go on the first marker here. He's going to need to be quick of a retreat. Where do they look with TBK? They look to go inside ball with Parcher. Now Rossini. Rossini breaks one tackle, but is wrapped up again. But it might just open the attacking options. He's got Bakers on his left, Seymour. On his right, rather. Bakers got a ball away. I think it was only away in time to just being spilled loose, though. That's exactly the case. It's going to be a knock on there, and as a result, Wales will get a 7-tackle set. Lucky there, forcing Bennett to ground. Now O'Hare looking to go up the middle, but Rossini and Parcher meet him. Nothing doing on that occasion. Allen with a little bit of space. Good and Bakers working together there, bring him to ground. Ogler inside ball there for Flynn, but look at Seymour. He was immediately on about, as was McLucky. Both of them able to make the tackle there on play number 4. Thompson now for Morrison. Morrison there by Young and Rashford. And a solid defensive set there by the Mediterranean. Make sure that there's no real escape for Wales. They have to try and defend this heftily. Thompson with an awkward kick off the outside of the boot. Ryan's going to have to even manage to pick it back up as Asher wasn't there, but here goes Ryan. McLucky getting himself off the park as a result as well. On comes, believe that is Downey, it is. There's Hopsgood for Rossini, now Bakers. Bakers, tough ball, but it's forward. Another error comes to by the Mediterranean. And now Wales will start in Mediterranean territory. 4 points would be huge. 6 points would be crushing. Here goes Flynn down the sideline. He's going to just force his way forward here. He's not going to be out as well. They're scrambling here in defense. Cody Ogg, too many men there. I think they're just going to hold him up. Try ruled here by Harris. I'm not sure if that picked up there, but either way, will be definitely held up. On tackle 2, it's going to be Berkeley for Bennett. Bennett right in the center of the park. Brought down here by Downey and Seymour. Thompson now. Short ball for Allen. Too many defenders. He's just going to elect to take the tackle. Tedesco, short ball there for Thompson. Well brought down there by Ryan. He's played up well. Needed to with a standard of competition. Tedesco, now for Lewis. Lewis will put in the high ball. Who's underneath it? It's a back play. It's for Flynn. Flynn scores! By Ollie Parcher contesting. He didn't have the vertical. And Riley Flynn goes over and might have just sealed this game for the Welsh. And then he gets caught flat-footed. They try and dive to stop the ball, but they weren't going to stop Flynn from that close in. This should be a relatively routine kick here for Thompson as well. It's a 2-score lead for Wales with 12 minutes 20 to play. You've got to find 2 scores in 12 minutes if you're the Mediterranean. Running off of Bennett. Bennett met there by TBK. Sorry, Seymour rather. Confusing with the peak headgear. Now Thompson number 1 up. I think we're going to be trying to take more of these. Just run the ball up. Let's go now for Allen. Brought down here, right near the 40. Tedesco out for Thompson. Thompson now for Lewis. Lewis met there by Rossini. Ella Seymour. Thompson. Select for Ogg. Allows himself to be an option here in this last kick. Berkeley will put it away towards Rashford. Rashford will be given a lot of space here though. Does he have the opportunity to get by Bolt? He does not. Well covered there by Luttrell. As we approach the last 10 minutes, the Mediterranean is looking to throw anything at the wall and seeing if something will stick on the scoreboard. Baker's slowing the play of the ball. Here's Rashford, a nice little step. And now he's going to try and get by Flynn. He's got a little bit of space available to him, but not quite enough. 9.5 to play here. Perhaps there's just a little bit of life left of this one. Here goes Baker's on play 4. Exactly the time you want to try and run it. Look for Downey. Inside ball, Ryan. Ryan taken down on play 5, though. It means he's going to have to retreat to get back on side. Downey fires across for Bakers. Bakers a high ball. Who's underneath it? It's Michael Cribb. He does beautifully there. TBK tries to force him back into the goal area, but he doesn't have enough space to do that. Garcia now for punch. Floated out for Bennett. Bennett met there by Rossini and Downey. Oh, loose ball and an opportunity. Rossini snatches upon it. And suddenly there's just a little bit left again. Downey tries to force his way through, nothing doing on that occasion. Botakahu for Ryan, now Bakers. Bakers trying to force his way in, but is not going to be able to do that against Bolt & Co. He is good for Seymour. Seymour might try and crash, here is upturn, and he's short as well. Tackle 4 now, Rossini. Rossini tries to charge over. He's not going to be able to do it from that distance. It means Baker's in the acting half. They have to look for another kicking option. Who do they go to? They go to Downey. Downey spills it. Tedesco picks it up. Tedesco's free. Advantage played as well. 7 tackles set here for Wales. And what might just be the dagger. And for a moment there, I thought a Mediterranean player, but turned into a lawnmower. Here's Lewis on the outside-inside play. Not going to get very far, but I think they have free place to work with, so why not just take whatever you can get? Especially considering it's got to be a fort. This is our final to win. We've caused the upset in this one. Allen will force his way through. Constant, now for punch. Punch met there by Parcher. Tedesco fires out for Berkeley. Berkeley a high kick, intending for Slugger. Slugger now has a bit of space, but is well wrapped up again. Usually we see them break free, not on this occasion. And if they don't score off of this set, one could just easily as well get the engraver ready and put Wales in as European champions. TBK, off of good, he has to regather. Probably has to be a 40-20 and play for if it's going to be anything. I'll look for Herben. Herben a step. Oh, it ends up being Sam Herben instead down the sideline, but it eliminates all other options. Slugging out for Vernon. Vernon just one upset. They've got no one available. Too little time left for them. TBK puts in the kick, just hoping maybe Morrison will run this one in a touch. He ends up just running into Youngbo and just says, I'll just take you on head on. No need to try anything cute. Just get this done. Bennett there, met by Seymour. Seymour wraps him up and brings him down. Morrison now for Thompson and then for Berkeley. Wrapped up there again, Tedesco now for Garcia, and then for Flynn. Flynn fends off a tackle, got an offload for Garcia. Just burning more time with those sorts of plays, but I don't think they care. Crimp now for Berkeley. Berkeley met as well. And probably their last set. I don't think they care. They think they've got this. Lewis will put in the kick. It's going to pin Slugger deep. Slugger won't have any room to make a strong kick return this time around. And too little time left for the Mediterranean to do anything. Much of that undefeated campaign will be strong for them in the regular season. When it came to the finals, they just couldn't hang on. Here's Parcher taking one last run. Wales might just end up with a ball at the end of it as well. Here's Hopsgood. And it looks like they will. 10 seconds left. One final possession. They try and waste enough time, but the siren goes. Baker just puts one as deep as he possibly can. Morrison could do whatever he likes. He's just going to put a step on and he's going to claim the title for Wales. European champions. Congratulations to the Dragons. The fire burns the sea. The ill discipline of the Mediterranean side has come to bite them again. And while there is commiseration, there must also be congratulations for Jordan Lewis and Wales to hoist the European Championship. And see the tail of the tape, even across most of it, but 9 errors and 4 penalties to 3 and 1. It kind of speaks for itself. Otherwise, evenly matched throughout, but the mistakes were too costly and they could not come back from it. Mediterranean, usually we see Liam Ryan break through, but this time relatively quiet. Had to be more involved on defense. Oh, Riley Murray had laid on in that game. Perhaps too punishing for him. They were elected for Matt Downey at lock. It's questionable, but they did whatever they tried to do. Just did not end up working out for them. Just look at the great play from the Dragons. Wally Allen, 204 meters. Lewis, 185. And some great running from the halves as well. They got them active early on. We didn't see the same from TBK and Bakers. And one has to wonder whether they would have helped with an injection of Osceola. He was left out of his side. But Wales just overall the stronger team. And they proved it here tonight. And they get to carry it across the border to Cardiff, to Swansea, to Wrexham, to Aberystwyth, and wherever their party may take them. Thank you very much for joining us throughout this European Championship. We do have, I believe, one more match to follow here, because there is a huge Anzac test, well, huge Trans-Tasman test. The Anzac test already happened on Anzac Day, but that Australia-New Zealand match, if it hasn't already happened, is sure to be an absolute banger. The Sunny Tyre, for all of the Mediterranean, Welsh, English, Irish, Scottish, and general European diaspora, and for all of you viewers at home, I've been Ollie Parcher. I hope to see you in Season 10. Good night.